what do you think it is to be a man? And do you think that today's society, now I don't know if it's the vocal minority or majority, I'm going to say minority, who basically condemn people for being masculine these days?
Yeah, I mean, being a man, I feel, especially nowadays, has become almost a crime. Like it's wrong to be proud to be a man. And that's probably the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. And I understand where it comes from, because, you know, it's not like that there hasn't been mistreatment. But I feel like when there's one extreme, people tend to counter it with another extreme. But that's not the way to go. It's always balance. Balance is where it is. It's like the pendulum is swung to one side, and yeah, that's not where it should be. But then they feel like the answer should be to swing the pendulum all the way to the other side. It's like, no, that's not how it should be. Because when it's on either extreme, someone is being left out. Someone is being trampled upon. You know what I'm saying? And so we see that pendulum sort of like swinging to that. Well,
even in politics,
it's there. You know, it's there. You know, and so it's not wrong to be a man. It's not wrong to be masculine. We need masculinity in this world. We wouldn't be where we are if we didn't.
Well, and to your point, masculinity and femininity balance each other out.
Exactly.
And I know you're like me, so I don't have to ask you.
Yeah.
You can be whatever you want in life.
Absolutely.
But if I want to be masculine and the woman I'm dating wants to be feminine, totally cool.
More power to you.
Right?
Exactly.
And I think that society today, there's like a war on masculinity.
Yeah.
And I think people are confusing masculinity with being an asshole.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's not the case.
A masculine man, to me, is going to take care of somebody. Like, you're going to take care of your wife and 2 kids.
Exactly.
I tell Father Joe all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, Harry has to be the best husband and father. Like, I mean, you know, I
try.
But I already know it.
Yeah.
Like, I already know it. I was like, you know, we talk about the things, and I was like, you know, if this person needed somebody like Harry to marry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he has that, and he is that.
Yeah.
It's true. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah.
But that's not masculine. He's going to take care of stuff.
Yeah.
He's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, and again, like, when you remove the general purpose of manhood from men, you leave them feeling unfulfilled. You leave them feeling...
I just felt like I was on an episode of Oprah.
Depressed and down on themselves. When you make men feel bad for being men, do we realize that, like, we have the higher suicidal rate?
We do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important to let people be who they are when it comes to that topic. Like, men are already struggling. You know, and a lot of people don't like to hear, it's like, oh, like, men are this, and like, no, they're like at the top of the food. It's like, no, men are struggling as well. They're struggling, you know?
Have you seen it like in your church groups or anything like that?
I've seen it everywhere. It's like, one, masculinity, this cookie cutter societal idea of masculinity says that men don't cry, men don't hurt. You just hold it all in, and you just deal with it. When no, it's like, no, masculinity is having the bravery to be able to share with someone that you're feeling depressed.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Do you think, though, that, yes, you could be with your wife?
Yeah.
You can definitely share that with your wife.
Absolutely.
But I'm asking like this.
No, yeah.
Do you think you could always share that with your wife, like every single time?
No.
Why?
Because oftentimes the man is looked to as the rock of the family. And so if they know that in so many different ways you're feeling down, discouraged, depressed, it leaves them in a place. So it's almost like this. You're in a plane and the pilot is obviously manning the plane. If the passengers see the pilot panicking, the passengers have a reason to panic as well. If the pilot's panicking, then the passengers are going to go crazy. But the pilot has to have the resolve to remain calm and cool and collected, not fake, not denying of reality, but remaining strong in a situation that's very volatile. So like there's turbulence on a plane, that it's rocky, there's wind, there's thunderstorm. If the pilot's panicking, all the passengers are panicking.
Yeah, so if he got on the intercom, it's like, enjoy the light show. We'll be through in a second.
Yeah, so it's like,
as long as we don't get hit.
It's having the resolve to be able to put things in focus and perspective. He's not going to lie and say, like, hey, we're riding smooth skies right now. He's not going to lie. He's going to acknowledge the fact that, hey, we hit some turbulence, but we're going to remain the course, and we're going to do the necessary things that we need to do to keep you safe.
Yeah.
And so if he's cool, I know I can be cool.
And I think that's where it comes. I think you're absolutely right. Because I think if you are with a woman, your wife, girlfriend, whatever, maybe you're providing for your family, maybe it's your mother, whatever. And as the man, they see you cracked.
Yeah.
All the time.
You can't lose it.
They're going to be more nervous.
No, it's important for us to be solid rock men.
Now, I know today, like, people like to deny biology.
Right.
Right?
Which is,
that's cool. That's your thing. I don't care, right? But I'm going to go with biology.
Yeah.
Men are usually more logical. Women are usually more emotional.
Right. Scientifically, because we use a certain part of our brain
and hormones.
A lot more. So
right?
Brain and hormones. Function, yes.
So if a woman sees that the man that she has chosen to provide for her is not stable, she's going to lose interest and she's going to lose faith in that man.
Yeah, if she sees that he's rattled all the time.
Yeah, that's number one.
Yeah.
But then number two, I think there should be where guys can go to other guys and vent.
Yes.
Right, and I don't think guys have that. You know what I'm saying?
Because of this cookie cutter image that society puts out that, men don't get together and share difficulties and struggles. Like, no. We're supposed to.
I think so, yeah. Because you would hunt together.
Yeah. Yeah, and in the midst of you waiting to make your kill, you might talk about...
Harry, I got bit by a fucking snake.
Yeah. It hurts like hell.
Right?
You should be able to say that.
Yeah.
You know? And if tears come, you should be able to do that with your guy.
Yeah, with your bros.
With your guys, with your bros. You know what I'm saying? But when you feel like you're good friends with someone and you feel like you can't even share that with them because... you're sitting under this idea that, men are not allowed to do this. It's almost like drinking poison and holding it in it, and it's like tearing you up inside when you can't even let that go, you know?
Yeah, I want to go back to I don't know if many people know that the highest rate of suicide, I believe, is in men, younger men. I don't know the exact stats, but like more than you would think.
Yeah.
And a lot of the reason is because, I can't say a lot, but maybe some of the reason is the war of masculinity.
Yeah.
The men coming up now. Now, I've interacted, so I'm 40. I've definitely been out, interacted with men in their 20s.
Right.
They're definitely not as masculine as when we were.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But I'm not even saying I'm the most masculine person ever.
No.
They're just not even there.
Right.
And to the point where they don't even know if they should pay for the woman at dinner.
Yeah.
Like, I always knew that.
And that's the thing. It's like, we've made men second guess certain things.
What it's like to be a man.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like that's just so concrete and so like...
it's only worked for like millions of years.
Yeah, it's like, obviously, I find it a little odd if a woman is asking a man out to dinner because whoever asks is the one who's going to be paying. But it's the man who should be the pursuer. You know what I'm saying? And it should be him. Like, if he goes to a woman and he asks her out to dinner, obviously he's going to pay. But it's sad that we've come to a point where he's asked her to go out and he's second guessing taking the check because he doesn't want to offend the woman by assuming that she doesn't have money. Like, that's not the assumption. That's not the assumption. It's just our role. It's just what we're wired in us to do.
They're confused.
Yeah.
And then what happens then? A lot of the times, I would say the majority of times, the woman's like, sorry, Harry, it's not going to work out.
Right.
Because they want you to take the lead.
Right.
And they were just trying to play it safe.
Right.
Right? And what do you think about this? That men are becoming more feminine. Women are becoming now more masculine because of the void.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're trying to be that balance.
Yeah.
And they're being more masculine.
Yeah.
So I've seen women who are way more masculine than some of the guys I've seen.
Yeah.
And
because it's applauded now.
It's applauded.
It's applauded.
And you know what? I was talking to this girl at the gym, and she was saying all this stuff about like toxic masculinity and all this stuff. And number one, I was like, well, what is toxic masculinity?
Yeah, let's define
this first.
Yeah.
And then, so now once you start asking these questions, like the argument starts breaking down.
Right.
Whatever. I don't know, she said maybe like beat the guy. I was like, that's not being a man.
Yeah.
That's being an asshole.
Yeah.
Right? Because men don't do that.
Right.
And I was like,
a good man.
I was like, honestly, you just need a man to make you feel safe.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be as hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, and it may stem from like upbringing in life where you may have had a stint with a boyfriend who didn't treat you well, or maybe you had a father figure.
Yeah, then you need to see a man be a man.
Yeah. When you haven't seen it done, you're going to make up your own definitions of it. You know. And so I think people come from a place of protection where they want to protect themselves. So much so they want to protect themselves because there's a hurt. But if that hurt doesn't heal, you're going to continue to have that protection up. But when you heal, you won't feel like you have to protect anymore. And so you have women who are being very masculine, and it's not wrong to know what you want.
Yeah, and you can be that. And if you're cool with that, I'm cool with that.
Right.
And like I said, I don't care what you do in life.
Right.
Go have fun.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, now the balance is...
Yeah.
It's not balanced.
Right. And you're doing yourself a disservice when you're operating in a level that you weren't made for. You know, you're going to be more exhausted. You're going to be... I think I heard the statistics that talked about women are less happy.
Yeah. I think there's more women on antidepressants than's ever been.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel as though women think that, being able to pursue a career, being able to be the breadwinner or be a corporate giant is what's going to make them happy, when it's not that. It's finding what fulfills you and doing it, and not being ashamed that whatever that fulfillment is may not fit into what society wants you to do.
Well, I think that all societies evolve and all societies grow. Mm-hmm. The thing that women have to understand, and I didn't understand this until I started doing some research, is that their timeline to have a child is from here to here. From here to here. Yeah. And like Father Joe always tells me, the man's always ready. Right? So I'm 40, I got no kids. Yeah. If I want to be 80 and have a child,
you could do that.
I could do that. Yeah. They can't. Yeah. So the decision that they have to make is, do I want to pursue this whole degree? Right. And now I'm 35, 36. You're going to find the man you're going to be with now. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And have kids in the next 3. Yeah. And that's still a geriatric pregnancy. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Where like you need to find it then, or am I going to try to find the man? Right. And get married back in the olden days, people got married 20, younger than that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what they're saying. But now you chase the degree. Now you're 35, 30, 36, 37. Mm-hmm. And like you want that man who's very successful. Right. Well, a man who's very successful now, logically, has way more options. Most likely going to pick the 25-year-old version of you. Right. Not the 35-year-old version of you.
Right. Who may have a lot of baggage. Right? From it, your experiences,
And so now you're almost stuck, right? Because you have to settle for someone you don't want.
Yeah, and I think it's important to, when it comes to a man or a woman who's looking for a fulfilling relationship, that fulfilling relationship, whoever that person is, they're going to help you become the person that they see in you. You know, they're going to help you become that.
Uplift you.
They're going to uplift you. They're going to encourage you. Like, they're going to say, hey, like, you're really good at this. You should do this. I'll support you if you do this. Like, I see too much of this in you for you to let this pass you by. And, you know, shame on anyone who presses someone down when they can see a gift, when they can see a talent or a gifting or a skill in them that can be used to help other people, or just at its base level that can be used like to profit and help them both succeed. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that if you see that in them and you're a person who's willing to go on that journey with them to become that person, you're right for each other.
Hello, my name is Dr. Marc Bochner. Don't forget to check out my new book, Pug Learns to Believe.